People ask me all the time how I only use rags for cleaning. Here is my bucket of rags for the week I collected. I have 7 wash rags and about 5 dish towels in here in this one bucket. And this is what I use for the entire week. I change my wash rag every single day. I change my dish towels every 1 to 2 days, depending on how dirty they get, or if I do something like mop the floor with them. Then you can see I throw them in my washing machine and it barely even takes up any space in my washing machine at all. I mean, I just throw it in with my regular laundry. Then I keep my regular paper towels under the sink so the family can't just be yanking off tons of paper towels at a time, but they're still convenient for when I need to use them. All right, so people say they don't know how I clean up messes without paper towels. So here's the rag from the dishes. So what I do is I wipe up the floor. At the end of the day, I hit these little spots, just like this. I turned the rag over, just so you know. All right, so then this just goes straight into the laundry and is sanitized in the laundry and reused again. So people ask how I live without paper towels. So I just dumped a thing of water and it was going over there. So grabbed a wash rag, just soak it up. Just like so. There you go. Okay, everybody says, how do I clean the grease off of things if I don't use paper towels? Here's how I do it. Okay, our grill thing is full. The boys made hamburgers, so I just find something in the trash. Now, you can put it in a bag like this and just pour it straight in. And then I just take something like this and just scrape it in there. If there's a napkin or something, then I just put it in the sink and wash it.
At that point, I put it in the dishwasher.
Well, yeah, I mean, I usually put it in the dishwasher, but I haven't loaded it yet, so. And here's one of the uses that I do use paper towels for. I take one paper towel and I drain bacon on it. I do this about, I don't know, 10 or 12 times a year. Right, I store my bacon cubes right here. I store my bacon cubes just like this in the freezer. And I take one, rub it all over my griddle, just like so. There we go. Then I just throw it back in there. Okay, I'm making baked potatoes for a friend who is doing some big projects at their house today. Take your potatoes, wash them, smother them with bacon grease. So, rub the potatoes with bacon grease, then sprinkle with coarse salt on both sides. Oops, I got a little too much on that one. There you go. Wrap in foil. Put this in the oven at 350, 400 degrees for 45 minutes or so, and then you will have luscious baked potatoes. It is super easy to make homemade guacamole and freeze it, and it tastes 1,000 times better than the store. All I do is peel and chop up my avocados. I use my handy dandy meat chopper for this. You can just use a fork if you want. Then I add lime or lemon juice, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, chopped up jalapenos or dried jalapeno powder, and a little bit of tomatoes chopped up if you would like. I was able to make all of these avocados into guacamole, just about 15 minutes worth of work, and I got them all packaged up in the freezer. They don't turn brown because of the lemon or lime juice in the guacamole. This is what they look like after it's been frozen several weeks. This recipe is in our Dining on a Dime Cookbook Volume 2. Everybody asks how I use the butter flavor extract. So I got this, I think, for $10. It'll last me, oh my goodness, a couple years. So normally what I do is I don't really measure. I just pour, of course this is a little hard recording, but I just pour a little bit in the cap, probably half a teaspoon, quarter to a half a teaspoon. Put it in my shortening, and that's all I do. Then it just goes straight in there. Then if you want more butter flavor, just add a little bit more, but usually I do about a quarter to a half a teaspoon. Save your cereal liners from your bags. I used this one to wrap our cookies the other day, but you could use them to wrap sandwiches. Just cut them off and use them to wrap sandwiches for lunches. Flatten your meat like chicken breasts. You can put those in there. Smack them with a tenderizer and then put it in the... Then this is disposable and you can just put it straight in the trash when you're done. You could just use it as regular baggies if you want. Now here is how oh, somebody's been in the chocolate chips. Oh dear. Okay, now I've had this folder for 10 years. I think it's time to upgrade to a more pretty folder, but I just store my foil and my cereal bags in here and then use them as I need them. Okay guys, here's a little tip. So first of all, somebody was in the chocolate chips. Yes, I just picked them all out. Now I'm going to use them on the brownies that are in the oven right now. And let's just get this wiped up. Guys, as you see the little messes, don't wait and do a major cleaning. Just do it. Now why is this leaking? Okay, so there's a hole. That's why this is leaking all over the place. So fix the problem. There we go. And then clean up the mess. Okay, got that drawer cleaned out. It took me like 2 minutes. Now I don't have a great big mess to clean up since I took care of this little one first. Oh, and this one's open. Oh dear. Okay, we're just going to be using those on the brownies right now too. So after looking at this editing, I think romaine actually may be cheaper than iceberg. So I pulled out the core here and I think this is the same batch she got. Now I'm gonna do the Walmart price. I paid $5 for this because Walmart was out and that's ridiculous. So I'm gonna cut off all of these edges.
It's the organic stuff?
No, it's not organic, but
oh,
it's just super expensive because it was at the little store. Okay, Mike, can you get the calculator ready? Okay, so romaine for $2.98, I think is what she paid. 1 pound, 7 ounces. So 16 plus 7 is 23. Is that right? 23 ounces of romaine. And iceberg, we have 12 ounces right there. Okay, can you calculate, dear?
That's 23, that's 12.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's almost double this weight.
Okay, so 298 divided by 23 is how many ounces?
I mean, how much per ounce?
Yeah.
13 cents.
Okay, so the romaine is 13 cents per ounce, and $1.77 divided by 12, 15 cents per ounce. I can't believe I've been wrong all these years because I didn't calculate my lettuce.
Say that again?
I was wrong.
Wow.
Do you need to hear it again, dear?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So romaine is actually cheaper than the iceberg. Inquiring minds want to know. I answered the question for you. There's 40 loads right there. And then Okay, now, this is the scoop that comes with it. And this is the scoop, 1 tablespoon, that our appliance repairman said that you should use. So, most people put in, they have lines. They have lines right here for small, medium, large load, or heavy, but most people just fill it up. So most people use 2/3 of a cup. Okay, 2/3 of a cup. So the amount that's in here, we're gonna measure. Okay, there's 2 cups.
Does it not say a amount on the
It does.
box?
4 cups. So right here, the amount on the box says, use dosing. Sorry. Use dosing cup. Fill scoop to lower line for regular loads. For larger loads, fill to top line.
But does it say how much powder is in there?
I don't know. Maybe we should measure, shall we? Okay, so the lower line.
I mean, how much powder is in the box?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh.
Okay, so the lower line right there is 1/4 of a cup. But Pistol, our favorite appliance repairman, says you should use 1 tablespoon, which is 4 of those. So they're telling you to use 4 times the amount of soap that you need to for a regular load. So can you imagine you're using six times the amount for a large load? Okay, so we've got 4 cups in there. Oh wait, here, my thing. There's cup measures right there. I don't have to go to all that trouble. Good grief. Okay, so let's see how much is in here. Ooh, I am making a really big mess. It looks like 11 cups in here. And 11 times 16 is what? Mathematician Jack.
It's 176, I think.
So, instead of 40 loads, you get 176 loads if you use 1 tablespoon. What would be 176 divided by 3?
Like about 60-ish. Like 65.
65.
70 maybe.
It's 58.6.
58.6.
58.6.
I was
Thank you,
close.
Dave. So that would give me a year, a little over a year and a month's worth of laundry instead of 1 month's worth of laundry that most people would use. Laundry soap. So if you stop wasting laundry soap and use the proper amount that Pistol, the best appliance repairman in the world, says to use, you'll save on laundry soap. So here's another tip. I reuse my parchment paper even if it's a little bit greasy. It's not a big deal. I just made some oatmeal cookies from our Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1. And I'm gonna save this and reuse it again. I don't know, I get at least 3 or 4 uses out of each piece of parchment paper. I also use seal pats, which I love. Yes, it's looking really gnarly. I need to get some fresh. But love my seal pat also. This is a wash and reusable one, but I sometimes have to use the parchment for video reasons. So anyway, yeah. Those are the 2 things I use to make cookies and are both reusable. Here's a little tip for storing canned goods. Just take a soda container. My viewer Kimberly sent this idea. She used a 12-pack soda box. I'm using my saltine crackers box. Take it, set your canned goods in there. Then when you need to store them upright, they won't roll all over. this is the top from my oatmeal container, and what I do is I take that and I put my honey jar so that when it drips down, if it drips down, it will catch it on here. I can either wash this off when it gets all gooey or just throw it away and put in a new one. Okay, so he already dug into it, but I found out my son loves the crunchy more than the creamy. So what I'm gonna start doing to use up the creamy that I have a ton of is I'm gonna start adding a little bit of creamy to the crunchy all the time. And like this one is like half full. So I'll take and put a little bit in there. Then he can have crunchy and we can use up the creamy and just start stirring it in there just like that. Hopefully not make such a big mess. Okay, come over here. He's having a fit in the background. He doesn't think it's gonna taste as good.
No, that's not what I'm concerned about, is that I don't exclusively like crunchy peanut butter.
Well, we have plenty of creamy back there.
Oh, because I like the crunchy creamy for the sandwiches.
You like creamy for the sandwiches. Well, what do you use the crunchy for?
Toast and like...
Ah, toast. Okay,
Stuff.
there you go. Okay, so I was just informed that we like creamy for sandwiches and the crunchy for toast. Yes, you, Mr. Man. Okay, can't get it quite all in, but there you go. So if you have a situation like that, I just start mixing it half and half. But we have like 15 bottles of creamy downstairs, so he'll be fine for his sandwiches. All right, our soap thing is empty. Now, I tried the big soap dispenser with a long tube and it didn't work. I tried. But here's another tip. To stick a straw in there and then it will let the air out. Oops, if you don't kink it like I just did. And you won't have bubbles coming up out all over the place. Now, I had a little bit dripping out of there, but that is way less mess than it normally is. So I wanted to share a tip on how I save money on hair color. I color my hair for about $1.50 per treatment, so about once a month or so. What I do is I just have to touch up my roots because I keep the same color every time. So this doesn't work if you're changing your color drastically, but if you keep the same color, it works really great. Mom's been doing this for years, so I decided to try it, and it works really good. What you do is you keep a bottle from the time from before and just rinse it out. I just rinsed it out with a little soap and water and let it dry. And so I keep this. Then the next time, I just pour half of each of these, and I just guesstimate. It's not rocket science. I just look and see about half and about half. And then I put it in my old bottle, put my finger on the end and shake it up, and then only put it on my roots, and I leave it on my roots. And then I just keep these, put a little piece of tape on the top here so it doesn't dry out, and I just keep these and use them for the next time. And I just colored my hair a couple of days ago, and as you can see, it matches pretty good. Don't get too close in case you see any gray hairs I missed, but anyway, you can see it works pretty good and it usually matches. So if you're just using the same hair color, save yourself a bunch of money and do it for $1.50 instead of $3. Another thing I do is when we do go out to eat, I save all the condiment packets that they give us and I put them in this little bucket, and I can see through it, so I can just grab what I need without having to dig through the whole bucket. And I store the bucket in my refrigerator just because that's a convenient place for me, but you can store it in your pantry if you want. Here's how our viewer Kimberly does it.
Which I have separated in Tupperware according to like Chinese, Taco Bell, Arby's.
We are going to give you our Dining on a Dime cookbook ebook, volume number 1, free at livingonadime.com. Click on our shop, click on our ebooks, click on Dining on a Dime volume 1, add it to your cart. When you go to checkout, use the coupon code DINING1 and you will get our ebook absolutely free with no obligation and no strings attached. Visit us at livingonadime.com. Save money on plumbers. You do not have to necessarily call a plumber to fix your plumbing problems. There. Oh my goodness. Mike was wondering why the drain wasn't draining very well.
So I thought maybe I should clean it.
That's yummy.
Okay.
Is that going to be the next recipe in the Dining on a Dime cookbook where you can eat
Yeah.
better and spend?
This is the recipe for going on a diet. Just take a look at this and you won't want to eat anything. Oh my goodness. That is disgusting.
Okay, let's start yanking it out.
We use the screwdriver. Wow. There's like a cat in here. Oh, whoa, it's going down there. Ugh. Shoot. All right, I need some toilet paper or something for this. Oh,
Oh my.
talk about it.
Put it on the floor. Let me show. Oh my goodness. Holy cow.
Is that all of it?
Yeah,
Stinks
probably.
really bad.
Ugh.
Feel it's not gonna leak now.
I don't think it will. Yum. The same is true with your dishwasher. Okay, so my dishwasher was stinking and I couldn't figure out why. So, have no idea how my hair got in there. Okay, let's see. So the thing is you got to clean out your filter. And there's an eggshell and a piece of something, plastic. But I don't know how to clean this one out.
I think it comes apart.
See. Well. Okay. This is where the man has to take over.
Oh no, the pressure. It'd be good if the man could see.
Is this where we should get the owner's manual and, like, you know,
Probably.
read it, but there's too many words?
I could twist it and squeeze it, but it might break it. Oh wait, look at this.
Oh, see, that's why you're the man.
Voila.
Oh, yuck. Well, actually, that's not as bad as I thought it was.
No, but you'd be surprised. The smallest amount of dirt can really jam up the dishwasher. That's a problem we had at the old house.
Running super hot water through it. Okay.
Does that look clean to you?
Yep. And slowly.
Super hot water to degrease it. With our old dishwasher, it was just a teensy tiny amount of stuff was causing it to back up. And you wouldn't think it was enough, but it was. Cleaner, doesn't it?
Yep. Okay, so let's put it back together.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's see, can you hold it for a second? Should all that water be standing in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is normal.
You're the man, I'll believe you. Okay, stick it back in there, turn it, it's in. Okay.
Is that glop on there, or is that just liquid?
Glop, where? That's just liquid.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And yet another thing you didn't know you needed to clean. All right, so you guys can see I got these for $6.25 in December. So I'm needing to use them up. I do not do anything special to my meat. I get lots of flack for this, but guys, it turns out just fine. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is get this open. If it's not totally defrosted, then I will run hot water over. Yeah, you can see it's not even close. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh dear. Not even close to long enough. Okay. So usually I let this sit out and defrost a little bit longer, but I really do not recommend washing chicken, but right here I am just getting this peeled off so that I can get it in the crock pot. I'm going to bleach my sink afterwards. And no, do not use vinegar, guys. Vinegar does not get your sink properly sanitized, despite what the internet people say. Okay, there we go. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so now I'm going to break this in two, just like so. Okay, get this in the crock pot. Now, I have 8 people. Let's see, I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 16 people for dinner tonight. So I'm doing 2 packages, so I'll have leftovers for tomorrow. But let's go put it in the crock pot. Okay. Okay, then what I do is I sprinkle with seasoned salt liberally. That's all I put in there. Now, if you're doing all barbecue, you could go ahead and put your barbecue sauce in now if you want. I don't, but that's okay. Then turn it on high to get it started, and then I'll turn it down to low. But you can just, if you're going to work, you can just put it on low, put my lid on, and I am ready to go. I'm gonna have shredded chicken in just a little bit. Okay, so I got my chicken all shredded right there. Now I'm just adding barbecue sauce real quick right there. Okay, so normally I don't make this much barbecue beef, but it's all shredded, and I use my handy dandy meat chopper. I'll link that in the description below, but because I'm having a lot of people over, I made it all barbecue chicken this time. But just keep it out and use it for green chili, barbecue beef sandwiches. You can use it for beef and noodles, chicken and noodles, depending on if you're using a roast or a chicken, I guess is what I'm doing, interchanging here. So then I just have the shredded chicken, and I use it for all of the different recipes. I'll list some now. Okay, so I put my hamburgers in the fold top sandwich bags, which are a penny piece. You fold the top down, and this little flap comes over. Then I pop these in the refrigerator, and these are 1 meal portions, about 3/4 of a pound. Another tip is to use your grocery ads to buy your groceries. This was my grocery haul for this day, but I wanted to show you I buy as many things as possible on sale, and then I store it in my freezer, including milk. Milk freezes really well in the freezer. I just throw it in there, pull it out to defrost it, and shake it up when I'm ready to use it. You can see all my groceries here on sale. They were $245 to begin with at full price, and I paid $80 for all of these groceries. Here, when I first went into the store, their meat was on sale, but it actually isn't a good deal. So make sure you know your prices by using something like our price book. The link for it is in the description below. There's my honey that's gotten crystallized. I'm just gonna stick it in the boiling water. It just takes a couple of minutes for it to dissolve. Okay, you can see my honey's all melted. And now, see? All the crystals are even off the side. And now I can go use it again. There's my little thing to keep it from getting all over. I just store it right here in my cabinet, and there's my honey. No mess. To make a homemade ice pack, pour about 1/2 cup of water in your bag. Then add rubbing alcohol, about 1/4 cup. You can just guess. Remove all the air from your bag, lay flat in the freezer. Then when your ice pack comes out, it will be cold but not completely frozen, so you can mold it around your wound. Put a ketchup packet in the freezer, then you can use it on small injuries. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment below. Here's my next tip. I had the bird feeder bag that I got for my bird feeders right there. But guys, don't waste a trash bag. I opened it up, using it for trash, saved myself a trash bag. The same thing with dog food, chicken food, whatever you have. don't just throw those away, use them as trash bags. So for 25 years, Mom has not been using soap, and this is what she does.
What you do is you use about a tablespoon of baking soda in a cup. I just use this little, I keep this container sitting in my bathroom, and before I get in the shower, I take my cup, add my baking soda, and then when I get in the shower, I put a little bit of water in, stir it with my finger. That's real professional there. And I use about 8 ounces of water. You can see, I would probably fill up the cup just a little bit more, but it doesn't have to be exact.
Yep.
And then I pour it on my hair. First of all, I get my hair good and wet and kind of mush it around. And then I take this and I just pour it on my hair and I rub it in like you would rub in shampoo. And just rub it in real good like I'm shampooing, and then I rinse it really good with the hot water in the shower. Now, it's gonna feel funny at first. Don't panic, because everybody thinks the suds is what cleans your hair when you do shampoo, and this will have no suds whatsoever.
It's the baking soda absorbing the oil.
Yeah, and you can use it on oily hair. I did it, I've had people say that they do it on their hair when it's colored, and it doesn't dry your hair out. If you have dry hair, it won't dry your hair out. And you need to do it for about 6 weeks, a month, 4 to 6 weeks. I didn't have to do it that long. Mine started taking effect, started working just fine when I first started taking it. But sometimes you've used shampoo that stripped all the oil out of your hair. So it takes a couple of weeks for your hair to get the message that you're not stripping it anymore and not producing more oil.
And this week, Mom found 53 cents for French bread. You could see that Jack gobbled it up before I could even film it hardly. It was $1.47, 75% off. So I empty my hand pumps into a bigger one to get that last little bit out. Even though it wouldn't pump out, I still had probably 5 to 10 more uses in the soap bottle that when I combined it to one that had more, I was able to use it. I got inspired and decided to go through all my hotel little soaps and shampoos and all those kinds of things. And what I did was I cut off the bottoms, put them in a funnel, and funneled them into the shampoo and conditioner bottles that we already had. Literally 5 minutes worth of work, and I did probably 50 of these that I've had laying around from the last 5 years of traveling. I just kept saving them up. And I got a full bottle of shampoo and a full bottle of conditioner just for a few minutes worth of work. To save makeup that you've broken, take the back of a spoon and smash your makeup until it's in a fine powder. Then take rubbing alcohol and thoroughly saturate your powder. And take the spoon and smooth it out until it's all nice and flat on top. Then let it dry overnight, and then you have resurrected your broken makeup. Buy as much as you can on clearance. They had these cashews for $1, and my mom absolutely loves cashews, so I bought all they had. I think it was about 12 containers of them, and for Christmas and Mother's Day and birthday, Mom got cashews. Okay, this is how you bake chicken quarters. This is the chicken quarters here. Now, most of the time I just sprinkle with seasoned salt. I don't put oil or anything on there. But if you wanted to, you could put onions and bake it with onions, or oranges and bake it with oranges. Now, viewers sent me some of this Montreal steak seasoning. Thank you. You can see we've been enjoying it. So I'm gonna try a little bit on here. And then I'm just gonna put these puppies in the oven, okay? Now, I'm gonna do it slow, about 300 degrees for 2 hours, 350 for 30 minutes if I need to boost it a little bit, but super easy, slow roasted chicken. Oh, oops, there's my potato from the other day, I forgot. Oh dear, I guess I'll have to get my potato out. Whoops, well, that was a loss. I'm going to show you another way to clean your stainless steel pan. Right here, I've got my dishwasher soap. Gonna put a little bit of dishwasher soap, my hot water. So you can see right here, my soap dispenser got over full, so I'm soaking it up with my wash rag. And then just take your dishwasher soap. I'm going to just scrub all around, even the outside. There you go, it's all shiny and clean. All right, I want to fix my little candle holder that I love. So I had some water boiling. I'm going to set my candle in here and the hot water will melt my candle. Okay, you can see the wax is softened. I just pull it out just like that. Now, you can add this to another candle if you want, if you really like the smell of this one. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take a paper towel or a napkin and you're going to wipe as much of the wax out as you can. Then we're going to take a little bit of soap and our scratchy, and we're just going to put our sponge in there and just get it all nice and clean. There we go. Okay, today I'm making Dining on a Dime Cookbook Volume 1, page 207, ranch dressing right there. This is super easy. Now, I make this in large batches. And so then I'll just store it in something like this and then an old one. And then when I need it, I just use it. So I quadrupled 10 times, however many you want to do for the recipe. I don't have onion flakes at the moment, so I'm leaving those out. I'm just gonna put everything else in. My oregano. The recipe for this is in the description below. My onion powder. My garlic powder. My parsley. And paprika, and salt, and pepper, and cayenne pepper. Now, this is just for one batch, so what I'll do is add a cup of mayonnaise and a cup of buttermilk. Or you could mix it in 2 cups of sour cream, 2 cups of mayonnaise. You could do 1 cup of mayonnaise and 1 cup of full fat milk if you want, however you want to do it. But that is it. This costs you about probably 10-15 cents for the same packet that's $1 in the store.